This is Life Transformation Radio. Prepare to engage. Seatbelt activated. Download initiated. Your quantum journey of transformation begins in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Life Transformation Radio. Hi, I'm Rob Actis, best-selling author of The Law of Action, voice actor, business mindset coach, the podcast whisperer, and Mr. Action himself. Here at Life Transformation Radio, we are committed to share more about real life, love, the power of positivity, romance, and of course, laughter. We care about helping others find their internal drive and purpose. We celebrate life's challenges and overcoming them. On the show, my guests are amazing people who are forces for good in the world around them and live a life of transformation. My guest today, well, he does just that. In this episode, Justin Breen and I discuss how to open yourself up to new possibilities and tell your story by simply having a strong mindset. You feel you have a visionary, abundant, and investment mindset? If so, you want to learn how to have a visionary, abundance, and investment mindset can elevate your story in your life? Well, this is the show for you. Justin Breen is the founder, CEO of the global PR firm BrEpic, an exclusive connectivity platform, BrEpic Network. His newest book, Epic Life, features a foreword by Dr. Peter Diamandis. Amazing. And has been the #1 overall book for sales on Amazon Kindle. It also recently made the Wall Street Journal and USA Today bestseller list. Justin, welcome to Life Transformation Radio.
I'm going to talk like you the entire interview. That was an awesome intro. Yes, sibilance. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. So 3, 3, 9,
and
3.
Cadence.
Cadence. Yes. Sunday. Okay. All right. I love it. And that's like pretty much your natural voice, which is pretty cool. I love it.
Yeah, it's my natural voice. I've had this since, I was born. Yeah, it's pretty funny because the path that I've chosen of being a voice actor, I'm just fortunate that I was blessed with the gift of having a voice like this because it could have gone sideways a long time ago.
It could have been horrible. Yes.
It could have been horrible.
Oh man, it's funny because like the really great entrepreneurs that I know, they're like little kids, like childlike mindset. I'm my wife's a pediatrician, and so she has three children, our 2 sons and me, and I just think it's funny. Like I think it's hilarious that your voice is awesome, but I just think it's like so funny to hear that, and then I'm like a little kid, so why not talk like this? Yeah. All right, let's go.
And I think we have that in common because I come from a very childlike wonder. It's I don't think I ever got out of my 5-year-old because I look at life of like just out of curiosity. Everything is like, oh my God, that's so cool. And I always want to just hear and learn and touch and feel and experience. That's the life that I love.
Yeah. So our sons are 10 and 8. I'm much younger than them maturity wise. Like it's not even, and it's regressing. I'm getting more childlike. I probably wouldn't have done that voice like even 2 years ago, but now I'm just like, why not? I think it's funny. Yep.
It's fun. That's the thing that I think that people miss out of life is playing at life and enjoying their life. They're so caught up in all the morass and all the crap of life that they miss how fun it is. And I love to be silly. I love to laugh and I love to be silly. And I do it as often as I possibly can. It brings joy. It lights you up when you get a laugh. That's what makes life fun and enjoyable and worth doing what we do, I think.
Well, that's it. I mean, yeah. Without that and family and loved ones and all this other stuff's fine, but it's pretty much meaningless to me.
Well, I love the fact that you have such a boundary of your family. Like I think that's really something that people can learn a lot about, because when they talk about work balance life, a lot of people don't think of balance of not working, they look at not working and then playing, and then the family's the afterthought. And I love how you're so rigorous in that boundary of your family life, and you're still successful.
Well, thank you. My wife taught me how to say thank you, so thank you. I I guess I would be a combination of logic and then action. So it's illogical to me that someone would destroy their family life for entrepreneur life. I don't know why anyone would do that, but I talk to 1 to 2 entrepreneurs all I do is talk to visionaries. So not humans, not consultants, not business owners, just pure visionaries. And I talk to 1 to 2 of them every single week that have let entrepreneur life destroy their family life or prevented them from anything meaningful. So I'm like, well, it's a bad idea. I'm not gonna do that. And then was a journalist for 20 years, so you don't get into that for employee count, revenue, office space. Like I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't understand it. It's just material things that don't mean anything to me. So I like to spend time with my family and then connect visionaries to visionaries, and have found all this other stuff just takes care of itself. So
Yeah, it's a unique perspective that you have, and I think more people should dive into that. In that, they do destroy. And I have a friend in San Diego who I knew for very long, and he started as a cab driver, and he built this business. He got into tech, and he got really smart, and it grew really, really fast. And he had the biggest house on the mountain of Del Mar, and his daughter went to the finest schools, and when she graduated, he didn't even know her because he was never there. Yeah.
Well, so I would have led that story. This guy didn't know his daughter, and by the way, he had this stuff. So that's what I mean. So I hear that 1 to 2. I hear that 1 to 2 times a week. Why would you do that? That's illogical. So
okay. It is
okay.
illogical.
Oh, it's illogical. It is. So how my brain works is I talk to top visionaries on planet. Most of them have ADD, ADHD, whether it's diagnosed or not. That's fine. I'm hyper focused, so not shiny object. I'm not endless ideation. Most people I talk to are idea, and then my brain simplifies everything to patterns. So every answer will be a pattern that I see from top visionaries. So what entrepreneurs are. Entrepreneurs, not humans, not consultants, not business owners, entrepreneurs. They're the most damaged people with best coping skills. Most damaged. Most anxiety, most depression, most trauma as a child or young adult, most potential bankruptcy. So they're that cab driver. That's what they are. And then they have the best coping skills. So the highest IQ, highest EQ. Most cab drivers are not going to build massive company. They're going to be cab drivers their whole life, which, by the way, that's fine. So your friend has incredibly high IQ and EQ. He wouldn't be able to do that. So entrepreneurs, most damaged people with best coping skills, they use those coping skills to create whatever your friend created and build whatever house. And then many times, not always, but many times they bypass their family or torch their family or never have one in the process. So that's why I wrote Epic Life, how to build collaborative global companies while putting your loved ones first. Seems like a good idea.
I love that. It's interesting how you talk about how damaged and
most damaged, the most.
I can go back to my childhood and what I've overcome and what I've seen and what I've experienced. And it's amazing. What's fascinating about me, and people have commented about this, they're like, one thing about you, Rob, is you're consistent. You get knocked down and I just get back up. Like I just get, okay, this happened, shift, pivot, and I go another direction. I don't let things stop me, which to me is just seems like the right way to do. But to a lot of people, they don't see that.
People.
Yeah. You hit a nerve of like, now you had mentioned, I think in a previous conversation we had, is that there's a very big distinction of entrepreneurs that they all have in common. I think there's four things. There's 4 things that we all have in common. of visionaries and high level entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And I think I had like all four.
Well, yeah, most of the people I talk to are all fours. I mean, so I'll land the plane for 1 second, but so again, simplifying the patterns. All I do is talk to visionaries. So I have not met one visionary, not a silver spoon, totally different, but not one visionary that hasn't overcome at least one of the following four things. Everyone I talk to now is at least three. Most are all four. So the four things are bankruptcy or potential bankruptcy, 2, depression, 3, the highest level of anxiety that you can imagine, 4, likely and or possible traumatic experiences as a child or young adult. So for humans, business owners, consultants, those are excuses. Entrepreneur, figure it out, get back up. So someone who makes an excuse,
Wow.
thank you. That's what it is. That's what entrepreneur, it's
Yeah.
all this happy-go-lucky stuff, sunshine and rainbows. That's all bullshit. That's what it is. I mean, it's what it is. So most people can't do
Yeah,
it.
no.
They can't do it. That's why they're not top entrepreneurs. Or they get knocked down, they get a job and work for someone else. That's fine, but that's not a true entrepreneur, period.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a definite unique stock of people. You know, a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs and they don't really know what that means.
No. Those are not entrepreneurs. There's no, you either can do it or you
Correct.
can't. Most
Correct.
people can't do it.
Correct. Well, you know, I like to talk about transformations, and you've had some transformations in your life, and you were working as a journalist, and then you had a transition from being a journalist. You parted ways with the paper. I'm trying to help me here.
Oh, okay. I was a journalist for 20 years, created an entire first company based on how PR firms annoyed me for 20 years. And then my litmus test is my father, who was 61 when I was born. He'd be 107 now. He was a World War II hero, shot down multiple times in combat, many times without a parachute, got back into another plane. So that's my litmus test. And then I had job salary cut in half, couldn't find a job, incorporated with zero business background. And then over 6 weeks, reached out to 5,000 people to find first 5 clients. 1 out of 1,000 said yes. And then got 5th client, resigned next day. And then Robert Feeder, who at the time, he's since retired, but at the time he was top media columnist in the Midwest, did a story. I'd started my own firm. So that was just to start the first company. So most people can't do that.
Yeah, it's a good accomplishment. A lot of people, they lose a job and then they're like, don't have a job, and they stay in that. And the visionaries and entrepreneurs, they just move on to where they're supposed to be. But I wanted to really acknowledge something that I love. You have 2 things in your life that really stand out to me. One is gratitude, gratefulness, and abundance. And those are like my most favorite things. I live in and just light up inside my soul with that. And I just saw on LinkedIn, and it's such a cool thing. I might borrow it. I might do it on Tuesdays, but you do your gratitude Mondays, and you just acknowledge
No.
all
Monday
the people.
Friday. Monday.
Oh, is it every day?
Monday.
Oh, is it? Wow. Okay. Well, I'll start on a 1 day, but you start out and you just acknowledge and you tag all the people that you're grateful for and all the connections that you've had during the week. And
Each day.
How did you come up with that? What motivated you to do that? Did that just happen, or did you give it any thought?
So most of my days talking to the top entrepreneurs on planet, and then I'm 32 out of 34 in ideation, but top 3 strength finders are activate, maximize, achieve. So talk to endless ideators, and then once a month they'll say a truly great idea. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll activate, maximize, achieve that, and never stop doing it. So one of them was like, he did a grateful journal for his wife. So I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that on LinkedIn. And then I do a grateful journal every day to my wife, and then grateful journal on LinkedIn every Monday through Friday. And it's just a commercial for other people. So
It's powerful.
Thanks. It's a good idea.
It's powerful. It's a great idea. You know,
right.
being grateful and having gratitude can significantly impact your life in so many positive ways.
And that's the number one. Yeah, because if you have the right mindset, it attracts right network and creates right opportunities. If you have the wrong mindset, it creates no network or wrong network and creates no opportunities. So I just eliminate wrong mindset people, and they eliminate themselves because they have the wrong mindset. And then gratitude attracts gratitude and repels arrogance. I mean, that's solid. So
yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And then, you had the forward to your book by Peter Diamandis. I'm a big fan. Abundance. One of my most favorite words, one of my core values, my core beliefs is abundance.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's a lot of people talk about abundance and they don't believe it, and you can tell in their life. But when you believe it to your core and you live a life in abundance, the magic that happens is beyond words.
It's an interesting word, magic. To me, it's just logical. It's a logical thing. Your brain is part of your body. Mind is part of your body. So it's just attracting the right people. It's sending out a radio frequency. And then we only partner with visionaries who live in abundance and who look at things as investments, not costs. So that repels scarcity. It repels what do you cost or charge. It repels business owners. It repels it repels all that. And that's fine. But the people that it attracts, and they're not really people, they're aliens, but the people that it attracts, it's top people on the planet. And then they help everyone else. So that's how we help the world, is by connecting people who actually do something to each other. That creates endless abundance.
Yeah. People, they talk about frequency all the time. And I think it's getting more and more into conversation, is that we are frequency, and
Yes.
It's really all dialed in. And once people accept that, when you raise your vibration, which would be the frequency.
That's my point. They're not going to.
Exactly.
So a pointless conversation into nothing.
Yeah. I think that people in general, and I've experienced this just from doing this show, is that people are finally accepting the frequency. They've already thought about it, but they've just been living in a more human existence, and it's starting to open up. I think there's much more conversation of frequency and abundance and gratitude than I can ever remember. People are coming from things as a non-analog and more of a energetic approach,
Well,
an ebb and flow.
Yeah, COVID fast-tracked it. It fast-tracked it, and technology made it faster, and made it easier to connect. And then you're surrounding yourself by abundance. So then that's your world changes, because you're just surrounded by abundance. So people, visionaries are usually aliens within their own family, community, and verticals. The only people that understand us are top entrepreneurs on planet. So a little hard to find at first. But once you find them, then 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8, 16, and it's just exponential. It never stops, ever.
And in that environment of gratitude and abundance and visionary, everything is very in flow. Not a lot of friction.
No friction.
It just flows. Yeah, it just flows. And
right.
I think that people hear that and they don't know how to even respond to what that means, because everybody, since they were born, are told life is hard, life is hard, life is hard, life is hard. And it can be, and it also can be just in flow. And when you're in your flow and you're in your zone, in your lane, and you are living in abundance and you have your gratitude and you're surrounding yourself with people of high vibration and high frequency, it's very easy to be in that
mindset attracts right network, creates right opportunities. That's all it is.
Right. So if someone's listening and they're not thinking this way,
what's the point?
Are they Well, I know, but is there a way that they can open up their heart, their mind, their soul, and explore to this? Because if they think there's an opening here, they might just be blocked.
Then just do it. I don't.
See, I like that.
I don't.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I wrote the book, The Law of Action. It's all about, like taking action, like now, and doing stuff.
So why did you ask me that question then?
Well, because it wasn't for me, it's for someone who is listening to just give them that insight of you.
So that's right. Thank you for being a relator to your audience, but you're either born like this or you're not. If you are born like this, you can work on your mindset every day. But a visionary who's a visionary would never ask that question. So the people in your audience who are the visionaries would not ask that question. They would just keep talking like this and eventually would find the right radio frequency. So that's my point, is like it's relating to people who don't understand, except the ones that do wouldn't be asking that question. It's the wrong relation.
I see. The abundance mindset. You're saying you either got it or you don't. Gratitude, you got it or you don't.
You can build that every day, but you're either born top entrepreneur on the planet or you're not. Period. Most people would choose this life, but they can't. Those four things are excuses. No excuses at the highest level. None. Execute.
Yeah. Now you talk a lot about, we talked about the Kolbe score, and you called me, I discovered I was a 3393 and you have that. People are listening and they're wondering what that is. Could you share a little bit about how that really impacts the way that you interact with people? You specifically.
Sure. Okay, I'll try not to over fact find that. So most visionary, so Kolbe A index, Kolbe.com, I think is, it takes 20 minutes, $55. It measures how people take action. I don't care at all what someone's personality is. That's meaningless to me. I don't know if they're going to do something, and we only partner with visionaries. So almost all visionaries, there are some exceptions, but almost all of them are like you. They're high quick start, low follow through, ADHD, all over the place. If they don't have a team behind them, total disaster. I am the very, 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 very rare visionary with high quick start and high follow through and high fact finder. That's my score is 8.6. Yeah, it's a unicorn score. But you're a 3.393, so that's a 9 quick start, 3 follow through. That's full ADD, ADHD, which not a disorder, sign of genius, mislabeled by humans, but it's mislabeled by humans because they're humans and they don't understand. But and then I'm 8.671. I've never met another one. I don't think I will. I've met a million 3.393s. And then a stabilizing human. Most of them are low quick start, high follow through, high fact finder, down the middle for all of them. Humans.
Yeah, I've taken that test a couple of times because I'm like, I want to make sure, and it's the same every single time, which I find fascinating. So
it's how your brain takes action.
Yeah,
it shouldn't change.
Exactly, and the low follow through is so important, and that's why I have a team behind me because I just go, mm-hmm. And I can't do it myself, and that's the
biggest, but it would be torture.
It is torture. It takes 30 hours to do something that someone could do probably.
So I'm a one
hour.
implementer. An implementer. I'm high in the first 3, which is unicorn. But if there was a negative score, I'd be negative for implementer. So implementer is, in this case, is building something or using your hands, tangible, tactile, whatever. I can bear. I don't know how to hold a pencil. I can do it, but it's almost impossible. Doing a puzzle with my children, no. Fixing anything in the house, I'll leave the house. I'll leave. I'm not doing it. So that's why it's good to have that number. And then my wife, who's an 8742 stabilizing human, thank God, she's like, you need to stop identifying people as numbers. But that's how I I see the world as numbers. That's how I see it.
Yeah, it was, and you're pretty spot on of knowing who people are.
Right.
In
Once
a very
you
short
know
amount
the
of
answer,
time,
there's the
their
answer.
number.
Yeah. And then you eliminate the non-answer. Right. Because that's a number. If the number is the answer, for the most, sometimes there are exceptions sometimes, but very rarely. Very rarely.
Yeah, pretty spot on. And the majority of entrepreneurs and the visionaries are the quick start and then low follow through or high follow through.
Low follow through. Yeah. So think a high quick start, low follow through is idea, hand it off to a million people. Idea, hand it off to a human. Idea. And then, so if you combined a visionary with somewhat of a human, it would be me. Say it, do it. Say it, do it. Hit the gas, pump the brakes. Hit the gas, pump. It doesn't really exist, but here I am.
Wow. Yeah, I know about the idea thing. They just never stop. Like
Right.
never,
Right.
ever stop.
Right.
And they're all over the board. And it's amazing because some of the ideas that you don't implement I've seen be implemented now, and they're multi-million-dollar companies. So
yeah, people like you.
Yeah,
For the most part, create the ideas that help everyone else. I just simplify and then connect.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. How did you cross paths with Peter? Someone I've been a fan of for a long, long time.
Oh, well, if I'm not in the room, then what's the point? If you're not in the arena with the actual people, it's pointless to me. So I met him in Strategic Coach, then I'm in Abundance 360 with him. So he's a great guy, become a good friend, and very thankful that he wrote the foreword.
Yeah, that's my understanding is that he doesn't write forewords for many books, and he did write the foreword for your book, Epic, and that's says a lot. Says a lot.
I'm grateful
from abundance and gratitude and frequency and vibration.
Very grateful for that. Dr. Diamandis wrote the foreword. He has, I think his twin boys are 10 or 11 now. And the most interesting thing about him to me, I'm sure no one else would answer it this way, but to me, that he always thinks his family during Abundance 360. Because someone with that level of brilliance IQ, many times that they have a really hard time even thinking about their family, like San Diego friend, but he's really good about it. And I met his twin boys who are similar age to my sons. Met them at Abundance 360. And he always thanks his mom. And then I think about Peter's dad. Peter's dad, I think, was very similar to my dad. I actually don't know if Peter's dad is still alive, but Peter's dad grew up on some Greek island, and he was a genius physician. And he was the only one in his family to leave Greece to come to America to do, true pioneer. And then Peter, just obviously genius of all geniuses. So then my dad was a genius and full pioneer, war hero. So I relate to Peter in some capacity. In some capacity, he's way bigger futurist and ideator than I am. But he's just a genius.
I really felt the connection that you have with Peter and the genuineness that when you were sharing that, and it really allowed me to really experience. I've never met him, but what I've always thought him to be, and for you to say that, it really brought things to life, and just the way that you communicated that in such a beautiful way. I think that people don't get the connection in conversation and pick up all those nuances. And, part of the frequency and energy movement is that. And it's the little things in life that I think that we miss. And so I guess my cores would be mindfulness, gratitude, and abundance, and not necessarily in that order. but I try to be really present in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And as a 3393, it's not always easy, but it's something that I'm very drawn to be. I love people, and I love interacting in heart-centered ways, and with the frequency and energy that combines to create.
Well said.
Thank you, Justin. I really want to thank you for making time today, and I really, really appreciate you being here. You're a unicorn, man. You really are, and I'm so glad that we crossed paths.
Thank you.
And I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful that you're on the planet. You make a difference, and you do connect, and you make such a you're like the ripple effect of abundance in the world. And I just want to thank you for that, because I think that with all the crazy going on, I believe that we're going to be okay. And I just think things are just changing, just a changing of the guard. That's all.
Couple things. One, I wish my wife was here to hear you say that. Be like, see, some people do understand me. Two, I don't even think about what the crazy stuff that's going on. I completely ignore that. Never think about it unless someone brings it up. But all I do is connect the people that don't think about it, and then they change it and help everyone else. And then three, it's when you have the right mindset, then these are the things that happen, and it eliminates gimmicks and marketing and all that stuff, and it just create value for the right people, and then people like us create value for each other. I mean, it's very simple, but most people are winning the wrong game. I just want to win the right game, spending time with my family and growing network on a global level.
I love it. That's the mic drop moment. Thanks for being here, Justin.
Mike Trout moment. Whoa.
In my gratitude.
Mike Trout's the worst interview on the planet. So great baseball player, though.
No, you didn't hear. Nope, you didn't hear what I said. No. Mic drop.
Oh,
moment.
I thought you said Mike Trout. I'm like, have you ever heard him being interviewed? Maybe the best baseball player on the planet, but he is horrible. Oh God, they had him mic'd up in the All-Star game a couple years ago, and he was talking about how much he likes the weather. And it's like, this guy has no personality. None. But okay, so we'll drop the mic. Woo, okay, that was better. But
that was a mic drop moment, not a Mike Trout moment. That was a beautiful moment. I'll forever remember that.
By the way, if Mike Trout is listening, I don't think he's a visionary, but boy, that guy's a great baseball player. Terrible with the media, though. Just boring just terribly boring. Great baseball player, though. Mike Trout.
That is a mic drop moment.
Funny. So we end this as children and started it as children. Perfect. Great.
I know. Exactly. How perfect is that?
Okay, good.
Thank you. Thanks, Justin.
You're welcome.
That was fun. Okay.
Mike Trout. I'm like, Mike Trout?
No, not Mike Trout. I got to go look up Mike Trout. That's so funny. Look on your face was hilarious. You're like, what?
Oh.
Like you were offended. It was really, it was.
So I never looked at the camera. I can't even see this. So I think in space.
Okay.
And then I hear.
Okay.
Mike Trout. Like, oh God. Most boring person on the planet. Seriously.
Yeah, no. It was a mic drop moment, not.
Yeah, that's funny. That's some funny shit right there. Oh, and also another one that's funny. I was just doing an interview before this, and my dog was just vomiting horribly loud in the background. The guy couldn't hear it, unfortunately. I'm like, oh, did you hear my dog vomiting? I'm like, oh, he didn't. He's like, oh man, I'm trying to talk, and he just blah blah blah. It was so funny. Classic. And I haven't. Wait, I'm gonna go see how much vomit there is. Hold on, wait.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. But the other dog, I think, ate some of it. Guys, just go eat it. Go eat the
Of course they did.
They ate their.
They go eat it, and then they eat it.
Disgusting animals.
Oh,
They're
God.
smarter than some of the humans on planet, though. I'll tell you that right now. Ay.
Oh.
Good stuff.
No, they eat they throw up, they eat their vomit, and then they vomit again, and either they or another dog eat their vomit.
Yeah,
oh my God.
So
That's
now
so
they're
funny.
circling around me and
What kind of dogs do you have?
a golden.
Are they big dog or little dog?
Here, Dr. Pepper.
Oh, so it's big. So it's
No,
like
no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You disgusting animal. Okay, come here, Toffee. Come here. Oh, she went. Toffee's a little shy. Where are you, buddy? Toffee. Toffee's the sweetest. And then the other one gets very jealous. Toffee, want to come here? No? You need to go outside? Okay. So, yeah. So my day is just talking to people like us and then hanging out with the dogs. And then my wife.
That's awesome.
And it's like, pick up the kids. I'm like, okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm going to have to have my wife. I'm going to have to take my wife. Have her take the test. She was she's the opposite of me. She's probably like your wife.
Right.
She's very grounded. She was a prison guard for 15 years at a federal prison.
Great.
Now she's a systems analyst.
Yeah. Now
she's all about processes, which
Ugh.
yeah.
My wife's number one strength
I know.
finder is
God bless him,
harmony.
right?
I'm like, harmony. What kind of bullshit is that? Harmony. Vomited. I'm 31 out of 34 in harmony. It's disgusting. And you should leave this in the whole video. Yeah, I hope you didn't stop the recording.
I didn't stop the recording.
Good. Leave it all in.
I
Harmony
didn't.
won. Harmony
I am going to leave it all in.
The harmony won. Harmony.
Okay.
It's worse than Mike Trout. Harmony. I mean, think about that. Harmony won for an entrepreneur. Harmony.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna go vomit on top of the dog thing, and then maybe eat my own vomit after that. Harmony won. Can you imagine that? Harmony. That'd be like a prison guard being Harmony won. It's embarrassing. All right, I gotta go. I now I'm disgusted.
I know.
No, this is when what did you call me the last time? Jeff or something, or Brian? It was hilarious. I had my wrong name the whole time.
No, I called you.
Bill?
I don't know. It doesn't even matter because that's not who I
don't even know who it was. Like, that's the man. I mean, you might be a 10 quick start. I don't say that lightly.
Yeah, I know.
You might. That wasn't a joke
really?
at the time. That was
No, I know. I got that. Yeah, I just the three definitely is a fun thing to have. Not really.
No, but actually, maybe by osmosis, I've kind of learned what it's like. Yeah, most of the people I talk to are 3.393 or in that range. That's what they.
Yeah. So that's what I am.
A 10 quick start is either
have a beautiful day.
Oh yeah. The 10 quick start can be a sociopath, or like Dan Sullivan's a 10 quick start. So it's a very fine line there. There's a very fine. But so you're like I think you're a 9. I don't think you're a full 10. Because somewhere in there's some type of humanity somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a psychopath or a sociopath.
No, I don't think you are. I know some 10s that are.
No, I've. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, good.
I'm heart-centered and compassionate. That's me.
Yeah, that's not a sociopath.
Thank God. Makes me not a sociopath.
Well, if you're Harmony 1 in Strength Finders, that's that. We're never talking again. I can only have one person like that. Yeah. I can't have 2 fucking Harmony people. You can keep that in there.
No, that's not me.
Jesus. No way. Melinda's probably Harmony last. That's my guess. Based on that'd be my guess. Yeah. Am I right?
We'll find out soon enough, won't we?
Thanks, man.
We'll find out soon enough. I will connect.
Goodbye.
Oh, have a great day.
Love you too.
Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome.
Bye, my friend.
This is Life Transformation Radio. Download complete.